The biggest excuse of amateur pianists. I've been talking to many non-professional pianists in the last few years, and I found out that there is one major excuse when it comes to making progress at the piano. This is what we will cover in this video, and I'll explain you also what the real reasons are and what you can do to make it better. So the problem is that people say, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to master this piece. I don't have enough time to prepare for my performance. I don't have enough time to master my technique. And this is always an excuse. Why? Because a person that takes the piano seriously always has at least 5 hours every week, which is sufficient if you want to improve your level. So there is really not the excuse that you don't have time if you use your time properly. And there are a few things, of course, that you have to consider, but we'll get there. So not having time is the symptom, right? It's like, your stomach is aching, but there are several causes that lead you to that feeling, oh, my stomach is aching. So you probably have the feeling, I don't have enough time. And that's probably even a valid feeling, but it's really just a symptom and it's not the underlying cause. There are a few causes to this problem, so it's probably hard to identify that alone if you are not a professional and what really the cause is. But we will cover a few here, and that will maybe already help you to find the real cause of the problem. The first cause is that you really don't have a clear goal in front of your mind. If you don't actually know how your pieces should sound to you, how you want to play, how the right technique would feel like, then it's also hard to, find the right direction there. If you don't know where you want to go on your journey, it's hard to find the path to your destination if you don't have a destination, right? So the first thing is to identify really what do you want from piano playing. Do you want to perform? Do you want to master specific pieces? Do you want to play these pieces, with a specific attitude? Do you want to bring some emotions across in the piece? It's really, really crucial that you're finding out what exactly that is that you want to express with your playing, and for whom, and at what time, and when, and under what circumstances, and all these kind of things before you actually start practicing. So that's the first cause that could happen. The second cause that could be the case is that you simply don't have the technical foundation, If your fingers are not strong enough, and if you don't have independence in your hand, if you don't know how you can actually, learn a piece from scratch, it will take you much longer, and you take, wrong paths, and you probably go in circles. And you might know this, you might have practiced something today and you think that you have improved, but when you sit down the next day, you have already forgotten everything. Or that you, for example, you struggle with the same difficulties for months, you probably know the piece, but you cannot solve this one specific bar. It's simply too complicated for you. And the reason there is usually that you're missing a solid foundation for your technique. And technique meaning really that you can express what you have in mind. So if you have covered the first step, right, then the second step is also important. You might think, I'm already practicing hard, and you just think you have to practice harder. But that's really an illusion. You have to understand that if you really go the right way, you will improve very fast. You still have to work for it, but you will improve extremely fast. So that's the second cause. The third cause is probably some impatience, because real transformation at the piano looks like you are building the foundation for a long time and then suddenly you take off. But the mistake that many amateurs do is that they learn pieces too early, that are maybe too difficult, and you're stuck with the same pieces all over and over again. So probably it could also be the case that your pieces are too difficult for you at this moment. That's another possibility. So that might actually hold you back to making progress fast at the piano. And the fourth thing that might also be the case is that you're lacking the discipline. Not the discipline to practice, but the discipline to practice what is necessary. And that's also a very common problem, is that you're practicing only the things that you know, right? Over and over again, you practice the passages that you know because it feels good, it comforts our ego. Let's be honest, we like hearing ourselves to play well, So we don't really tackle the problematic parts, and usually most people, 99% of people, cannot handle this without a mentor, without a coach, because simply you know, you will always have these blind spots where you think things are going well, but actually they are not. So 99%, myself included, I also still play for people from time to time, need that mentor that gives them also the external discipline to actually practice the things that are needed. If you think that it is the case, if you think that you cannot really practice the things that are necessary, or if you think that you're missing a clear direction, that you're missing a good foundation for your technique, or that you're simply playing the wrong pieces and you don't really know which ones to do, then you can apply here for a free piano lesson with me, where we'll actually analyze all these parts. What you're doing right now, why you're not at your goal yet, and what you need to do differently to actually arrive at your goal. If you then say you want to continue with a collaboration with me, that's fine. You don't need to do that. It's important that you really analyze first, you know, what you're doing. So if that's the case, then apply at aaronpearson.com/academy, and we'll be speaking with each other very soon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye bye.